Most vile, disgusting, repellent, obnoxious prisoner. Can't think of anyone worse. Some on a par. This guy was also assaultative. So before I start and give you a description, he actually striped a nurse whilst in hospital for treatment, took a razor blade to a nurse's face. Horrible. Not challenging for me as a prison officer, more challenging for the nursing staff due to his declining health. He came to healthcare for the second time, in and out of prison from the segregation unit. Someone assaulted him, they punched him, they were on nights with him. Had enough of him with his shenanigans, setting things on fire and throwing shite at everyone. Most disruptive. Again, on a par with other people. Nothing nice about this guy. I don't know what had happened in his past to make him like he was, but he was horrible. So he's come to healthcare after being assaulted. There was a big hoo-ha at prison, a big investigation. The prison officer were not above the law, weren't above the law, punched him once. A nurse, mental health nurse, another vile creature. I'll profile him. Grassed. It was out there, and yeah, big investigation. So he's landed on healthcare. Now this guy weren't much older than me. He looked much older. Diabetes and addiction to things. We had Governor Ratboy. Come on. Me and my manager, Miss Kenny, lovely lady, proper nurse. You need to look after this man. He's telling us. She told him in no uncertain terms she looks after all the patients. Lads who were admitted to healthcare were all patients. I had no problem with that. He brought on a big wedge of tobacco. You could smoke at that time. And I mean a ton. This is his, Smith's. You need to facilitate him for smoking. I hated Governor Ratboy. I'll profile him as well. So, he's been with us a few hours. He's already shit up. And that's just what I mean. Shit everywhere for no good reason. Vile abuse. Mostly directed at nurses. What he would do to their children and the like. Vile, foul-mouthed creature. Roll was a bit late that evening. Usually, we'd be off for about 8:30. 9 o'clock was finished. This evening, it was about 9:20. Roll correct. As we're walking down the landing, past Smith's cell, yeah, I think he was in about X10 or Y10. Y10, office landing. An aroma, a whiff. Not the shite that were everywhere, smoke. I had a look in the flap. He's setting his cell on fire. We'd done nothing to him. The nurse had been nothing but nice. And this creature, after shitting up, pushing it out the side of his door, putting stuff under his door with shite on, has now set his cell on fire. I got the hose pipe. There is a hatch on the cell doors. I dropped it and I give him full bore hose pipe. Yeah? He's covered in shite, it's everywhere. I washed him down, me, put the fire out. Must have been a good 10 minutes. Someone from security come on. Have you got a problem, Sam? I says, not now. He looked in the cell, saw it was Smith. You need to be careful. He's telling me, why is that? You'll get in trouble. What for? Putting a fire out. He then went on a constant watch for the rest of the night. That is in a gated cell. It's got a gate with perspex over it, which was a good job, because can you guess what he was doing all night? And someone sat there. Vile, vile creature. Vile. So, funny tale this. You might not imagine. Me and Webby has retired now, good lad he used to work with. Old school screw, been in years, come on to the healthcare. And not like other people who knew it all. He says, look, I'm out of my depth, I've been put on here. Yeah, show me the ropes. It was refreshing. He was a nice fella too. He got that. Could talk to prisoners. And he was involved in some combat with me at 60 odd years old. Yeah, it knocked him up. He got hurt. So Smith, yeah, is a diabetic. He's lost his leg by this point. Not on the healthcare, through diabetes. We can't get his blood sugars, we can't get any bloods out of him or the nursing staff, so he's got to go out to hospital, the nurse manager says. 2 senior officers come on to the wing, yeah, with the governor. Ah, Mr. Samworth, I knew something was awry straight away. You and Webby are going on a bed watch, or taking this prisoner out on escort. I said, why is that, Gov? See, it's my wing and Webby's wing, that's where we work. 2 spare staff, SOs, I know why, they'd refused. Yeah, so the governor is being all smarmy and clever and nice. Told him to stick it. If we were going out, just tell us we're going out, which we did. Yeah, the other 2 staff stayed on the healthcare for the rest of the day because we were out for the rest of the day. They didn't do anything because they didn't know the prisoners, refused to unlock. So the unit was locked up. Prison politics, that. Absolute bullshit. We gets out to hospital, firstly, in casualty. A&E. Yeah, he's on a bed. He curls one out. Yeah, I mean that. Just shit on the bed. A&E was rammed. We're in a corridor. Pushed it off onto the floor. Stank the corridor out. Nurse come down. Some sort of sister, somebody in charge. I apologised profusely. She said, it's all right, love. I know him. She knew him because it was one of her nurses who'd been striped by him. Then we ends up in a side ward eventually. He just carried on turning it out, curling them out. It stank. Me and Webby, hot, in a room. The staff outside the room shut the door. Yeah, it was incredibly hot in there, stinking. 2.5 hours we were before a doctor came. The doctor come in, he says, why haven't you got the door open? I said, the staff have shut it. The doctor opened the door for us. The doctor says, I've got to take some bloods. Took me to one side. We took it in turns at being cuffed to him. I need to take some bloods. Can you pin him down? Now, he weren't a threat to me. He weighed naff all, yeah, jockey weight. But he was spitting. He threatened to spit in the doctor's face. However, the doctor needed to take bloods, and we needed him to take bloods. So I says, we'll sort it. I pinned him to the bed. Not difficult, like I say. He was trying to spit. Webby put a sheet over his head. not prison protocol, but needs must. The doctor come in, took some bloods, managed to get some out of him. He came back later, his bloods were fine. Yeah, 4 hours we were in hospital with him. Stinks you out. Your olfactory system, your nasal system eventually becomes neutral. Yeah, we had the door open, the staff were complaining, everyone complaining. No redeeming features, this lad. Striped to nurse and vile, abusive, chucking shit at people. He assaulted nurses at Strangeways. He punched one so hard in her breast, she ended up being off and had to go for examinations and the like. He used to throw shit at nurses. I didn't have to go in his cell. Yeah? I didn't have to deal with him. It was jockey way. He was dying. They used to get some crap, some shit, them nurses. Pun it intended. God bless him. He's the worst I've ever come across. We once had him in association room. I refused to take him in where the other prisoners played pool. He was entitled to it like everyone else, but I refused because of the stench. So a nurse brought him in. I weren't happy, the other prisoners weren't. One knew him in the community. Said, Mr. Samworth, if he stays in here, I will kill him. I will set him on fire. So, being a good officer, I said, I'm going to have to remove you from the association room. He says, that's okay, Mr. Samworth. Him and all the rest of the prisoners left. Just the nurse and Smith left in there. Vile, disgusting creature. Nursing staff, like I said, were angels. They dealt with the most mentally unwell, violent individuals, and them creatures, people who harm children and women in the worst possible way. But they always did the job professionally. They were all patients on there. God bless them. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for your continued. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. How do, Brian? Good boy. I'll see you.